Hello everyone, welcome back to the Casper Fox channel. My name is Casper Fox, and today I'm sick. And what better way to spend the sick day than with a cozy episode of My Little Pony. Today we are back with Friendship is Magic, and of course this is a winter wrap-up, that's the title of the episode, which means that we might be getting our first themed episode. I don't think we've had a holiday-themed episode, rather. I was looking up to see if there were any MLP Christmas specials that I could maybe do in December, but there isn't really one that aligns with the schedule, and since I don't know if I'll be doing Season 2 after I finish Season 1, we'll have to see how Hasbro handles the copyright, continues to handle the copyright. We'll have to see how the series is received and whatnot, if the Sunday spot will proceed. But right now the plan is to do My Little Pony all the way through 2025, and then on, I believe it's like the end of January, the 26th episode of MLP will go live. So we're getting up to almost halfway through the first season, which is nuts. Anyway, winter wrap up, and I can see from the thumbnail that we are back to Fluttershy and that fuck-ass rabbit. I don't really know what to expect, but I also feel like that I've said enough. But just want to make sure that you guys know that for this episode and probably the next one, I will be sounding a little groggy, and that is, of course, because just because I get sick doesn't mean that I can just stop content making. That's sadly the reality of being an independent worker, or like being self-employed, is that if you get sick, too bad. If you don't work, then there's no money. So yeah, let's get into My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 1, Episode 11, Winter Wrap-Up. Let's do it. They're sleeping. Aww.
Spike, wake up! Wake up, wake up! It's Winter Wrap-Up Day! Huh? Mommy? Winter Wrap-Up!
There's no way he just said mommy.
So for hundreds of years, they've never used magic to clean up winter. It's traditional.
That's very interesting. So Ponyville is an earth pony. Is that a checklist? Spike is on the bottom of it. You're missing your scarf, by the way. So that's interesting. So the earth ponies has not been using magic to change or clean up winter for generations. Okay, I like that. A little bit of traditionalism or whatever you say.
It's ridiculous. All right, every pony, find your team leader. And
Okay.
let's get galloping.
Just want to make sure. So we got, I have no idea who this is. I don't think I'm supposed to. So obviously,
I'm not sure where I'd fit in.
aww.
What exactly
So today, My Little Pony tackles segregation. That's nuts.
does every pony do?
Music? Aw. True. It's really great to see that it's not just their voices, it's also their singing voices, you know, that like you can see Rarity sings with such delicacy in the approach to her vocals here, right? If you guys don't know, I'm not just a reaction analyst, I'm also a musical anthology writer. I have a very elaborate background in music. I've done a ton of stuff. I think that's Tara Strong. Lovely singing voice, great. And again, I find it really, really interesting that even in shows like this, we have like the like in if we draw parallels to musicals, for example, that note would have been way longer. Like that one Twilight, like I haven't got a clue. Instead, they added that short amount of vibrato just at the end there. And then instead, like if this was like a Broadway musical of My Little Pony, then it probably would have been held out longer, and then with a vibrato halfway through the bar.
We move the clouds and we melt the white snow.
I guess per definition, it's not using magic, because it's a physical attribute that they're able to like fly, but
Wake up all their sleepy heads so quietly and nice.
Aw, a little Fluttershy vocal there. That's so cute. And she's not shy here, singing actually pretty supported. When you'd expect her to sing maybe a little more heavily breathy approach to her vocals, but no. Full on. Really lovely. Also, like, this song is like just exposition. Exposition, the song. But it's still a banger. I'm surprised. It brings me back to the first episode we watched of My Little Pony, where there were some great songs, especially from Pinkie Pie.
Tomorrow spring is here, 'cause tomorrow spring is here.
So that is what I don't know if there's like an actual scientific term for it. I've called it the crowd pleaser, and it is essentially parts of songs where most instruments drop out and you're only on two percussive elements. An example of this could be literally the entire song of "We Will Rock You" from Queen is a crowd pleaser because it gets the crowd involved. So here you have Winter Rabba, right? So the crowd can sing that, and then the lead singer on stage or whatever can respond like to da 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 winter rabba, you know, a little bit of call response. Very nice that they implemented that into the music here. Beautiful. Wow, 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 wow. And also like it kind of becomes an I want song at this point. Full disclosure, no, we'll talk about that when we get when it's over. Song? There we go. Aww. And we were soft. La la.
Every pony belongs to a team. What?
Okay. So I am actually not sure how much of that made it to YouTube. Over on Patreon, we just went through the entire song because Hasbro are so aggressive with their copyright. They do not give a about fair use. So I'm not sure how much of that I was allowed to show on YouTube. If it wasn't a lot, then I'm sorry. You can check out the full analysis and reaction because we actually did a pretty in-depth analysis of this song right here. But if we were able to get bits and bobs of it in there, then maybe you got the experience. I don't know. I'm really sorry, but that's just how YouTube works, sadly.
Come on, Spike. This is serious business. Winter needs to be wrapped up.
And I get that, but he's a tiny ass little dragon. What the fuck is he? He can't do anything.
I'm
Let
determined
my boy
to do
sleep.
my part.
You're determined.
Somehow.
Nice little chord. Do-do-do-do-do-la.
Would you like to try your hoof at a nest? Would I? Yes. Where do I begin?
Like I still catch myself like smiling at the. Would you like to take a hoof at like you know using these like horse/pony specific expressions for like human expressions that we have like every pony. So that was magic. I thought we were using that.
Yes. Tuck it in over there. But be careful.
And that's
not
how
to-
you save on animation budget. What is making? What was making those sounds?
Maybe the birds can use it as a
An outhouse?
spike.
I'm just fascinated by how they animate this. Like, this is also like a nightmare abomination. Look at Twilight Sparkle down here with like in a full split. Like that can't be healthy for the horse.
Well, I'm pretty good with little animals. Yeah.
Didn't you just like haunt Spike to get out of bed this morning? I don't think you are. Aww.
What's hibernate?
Are they aware that they are also animals? Or are they seeing themselves like, because we are theoretically, us humans are technically also animals. So how does that work?
It's like a long sleep.
What I meant by that, just to clarify, is that we like, when we talk like that's an animal, we are theoretically also talking about ourselves, but we don't. We kind of look down on them in that regard, you know? So I wonder if that's the case here as well.
Which cute little furry creatures I've awoken.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
So again, how many of these are actually sentient? Well, okay, I was given that they should be around pony size or above, so I guess the bees aren't like as sentient.
Good morning, friends.
I was about to say
Oh,
you need a
this
tomato
winter
bath.
wrap-
It's also interesting because we saw in the very like one of the first episodes there was like this summer sun celebration or whatever it was, which seemed to be way more her speed, you know? So it's interesting to see the parallels between like how she loves summer but then isn't included for the spring thing, you know?
Well, they never had you here before either.
True.
Think of how much quicker they could wrap up.
Well, but
winter
they
with
have
their
so
magic.
many unicorns. Like Twilight Sparkle is not the first one to use magic, as we saw from Rarity. So I wonder what's that all about?
No, no, no.
No, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
find some other way that I can help out if it kills me.
So, would it be cheating to use magic to move this thing? Because we saw Rarity use magic to pull out the materials, which I mean, we can probably assume that she's done that with the others as well, right? See, so that's what I mean.
She's awful strong for such a little pony.
She's awful strong for such a little pony. Of course, the GOAT, the greatest character ever written in fiction, Applejack, My Little Pony last name. I don't know, what's her last name? Applejack Mac Pony person. I don't fucking know. Of course, it's very, very quick, very dainty. Of course, the goat. Yeah.
Nuts, Twilight. You use magic.
The nerve! Can you believe her?
Spike, brother, please. It does say Christmas full episode, so but I don't understand how it's a Christmas episode if it's going from winter to spring. That doesn't really make sense.
That's not how we do it round here, Twilight. And especially not on my farm.
Okay, but what about Rarity using magic to gather the supplies?
Chillax, Applejack. We're busting our chops as fast as we can.
And it does make sense, but like, as much as like there's a lot of great things about tradition, but in practical use like this, you gotta give it up, man.
If only we could be more organized.
Spike, get my checklist and clipboard.
Oh, okay. So, stupid idiot YouTuber dumbass Casper Fox wants to take the easy way of magic and break traditions, but smart Chad Twilight Sparkle is just gonna organize the fuck out of it.
Stop!
Burp.
This is not gonna work that way. I know you all want to complete your jobs on
So okay, first of all, how is the bird doing that with its wings? What the f? Second of all, did she just mind control that bird? I feel like we're just glancing over that. So here, Rainbow Dash is going to create a tornado and it's going to kill everyone. I'm sorry, like, I don't know how much of this is going to make it to YouTube. There isn't much for me to comment on. It's a really nice montage, but again, whatever's like, I can say, oh yeah, this is happening, but you're literally seeing what's happening. So I do love the animation.
We give you the title All-Team Organizer.
Whole team organizer.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you, every pony.
This is a really cool vest. I bet you we are never going to see that again.
And hereby I declare that winter is wrapped up on time.
Okay, that was a charming little episode. I love that. Oh, very, 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 very cute. Anyway, thank you so very much for watching. Of course, we'll be back next week with more My Little Pony. I do apologize that I'm a little bit sick, just like Spike. I didn't fall into a frozen leg or anything like that. It is just the season for it. By the time this comes out, I will be happy and healthy once again. But thank you for spending my sick day with me here on this lovely, fine Sunday. And I hope that you have been enjoying the My Little Pony series. We will actually, not next week's episode, but next week's episode again, we will be halfway through season 1. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great series. It's really charming, but it also has like a little bit of a deeper meaning to it, like every now and then, right? Which I really, really, really do enjoy. So thank you so very much for watching. Thank you so much to the patrons scrolling on screen. And I will see you next week for more My Little Pony. Take care.